Riverside, breaking news.
Starting you off with some breaking news tonight, deputies were on scene after they tell us a child suffered a self-inflicted gunshot wound. This was the look at the scene someone in the Sage Creek neighborhood of Graniteville sent to us. They sent us this photo about 45 minutes ago, and the Aiken County Sheriff's Office tells us a child was taken to the hospital for emergency treatment, but they have not released any details. Of course, we're still working to learn more about this situation. We'll keep you updated just as soon as we learn more. Meanwhile, another crash in Edgefield County has at least one person dead. Details on this deadly crash just coming out in the last half hour or so. South Carolina Highway Patrol tells us the crash happened around 8:15 tonight, just about 8 miles east of McCormick. Highway Patrol says the driver was driving east when his car went off the road. He hit a ditch and was ejected. They say he was not wearing a seatbelt. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The investigation there still ongoing. We're also following another crash in our area tonight. This one on Columbia Highway North and Pearlship Street in Aiken County. The Sheriff's Office tells us the call for the crash came in around 7:45. Still we're going to get details on the crash from Highway Patrol, but they do tell us there were injuries involved. We'll let you know as soon as we learn more. We also have an update tonight after a mom and her twin 10-month-old boys died at Mayor's Pond yesterday. The family gave us this photo of that mom holding her twins. The Richmond County coroner says 25-year-old Shakoya Philpott and 10-month-olds Cassius and Kaysen Williams were found in a submerged car at the pond near the Augusta airport. They say a fisherman spotted the car and called law enforcement just before 5 p.m. on Friday. The coroner pronounced the three dead at 8 p.m. Right now, we are still waiting to hear the circumstances that led up to that incident. We'll continue to keep you updated as we learn more. Well, just a few days ago, we learned Augusta's biggest arts festival, Arts in the Heart, was canceled due to COVID. While this obviously is bad news for those of us who just love to go and enjoy that event, it's potentially detrimental to those who rely on the event for their income. Our Kennedy Harris spoke to some local artists about what they're going through.
Everyone's just trying to be creative and do what they can and come up with creative ways to make it through and basically just survive 2020.
As if the pandemic hasn't taken enough, Augusta's beloved Arts in the Heart Festival won't be happening this year. But it's not just the fun that's put on hold. The cancellation and several others means local artists are losing an opportunity to make income.
It's been difficult for artists in particular.
Rachel Bingaman has been painting professionally for 8 years. She says she's seen at least a 5-figure loss in sales this year.
I had started painting for art shows, and it's just year-round. You're just painting as much as you can, so it's a big deal, and that's where most of my revenue comes from.
Candace Henderson is also a local artist. Before the cancellation Thursday, she was looking forward to selling her art at the Arts in the Heart Festival for the first time.
This was going to be a year I was ready for it, had saved for it, and had enough art stocked up for it. So
the paint is dried, but the sales have slowed, so artists have had to find other ways to stay ahead.
I do still have my website, so I try to sell online, market online, using Facebook ads, and just word of mouth.
For now, all they can do is continue to paint and hope for the best.
It's such a loss. Like, you really, you just hope that you can recover from it and hold on until it's through.
Well, Bingaman says many artists she knows have started teaching small classes to make ends meet, and Henderson has actually moved her paint classes to virtual lessons. Both of them, like many others, just trying to adapt to our new normal. And Anthony, I guess that just means that we'll have more art to look forward to next year at Arts in the Heart.
Absolutely. You got to save everything up for the next time. Well, as we go through this evening, we're going to be seeing an end to all that rain that we saw earlier this afternoon. Mostly dry across the CSRA, a couple of light showers down by Wrightsville, but that's about it this evening. We did have several storm reports come in just outside of the CSRA, closer to Atlanta. They had ping-pong-sized hail in some locations that were reported, so quite a bit of severe weather just off to our west, but not that much. A couple downed trees in the Sparta area that did trigger one of those storm reports. But that was it for us here in the CSRA. And as we continue on through the night tonight, we'll see those temperatures decreasing down to the lows. 70s, much more on that forecast coming up in about 10 minutes. Sydney, back to you.
All right, thanks, Anthony. Civil rights icon Robert Howard, Henry Brigham, and Warren Road Community Centers.
All right, Hurricane Hannah has made landfall in Texas. It's not the only storm that we're going to be tracking over the next couple of days. Details on that coming up in the full forecast.
And the entertainment world has truly lost a titan of TV. We'll show you the life of Regis Philbin and how his co-stars are reacting to his passing.
This message. I'm running for the U.S. Senate because we need leaders who care more about the next generation than the next election.
Well, one of the biggest and most prolific stars of television has died. We're talking about Regis Philbin. For decades, he was a key part of millions of Americans' mornings and also known for asking that well-known question, who wants to be a millionaire? Kathy Park looks back at his storied career.
Tonight, the world of entertainment is mourning the loss of legendary talk show host and TV personality Regis Philbin. His family issuing a statement saying Philbin passed away of natural causes, adding his family and friends are forever grateful for the time we got to spend with him, for his warmth, his legendary sense of humor, and his singular ability to make every day into something worth talking about.
50 years ago, I was a page right here.
Philbin got his start behind the scenes, working as a page for The Tonight Show in the 50s, then made his way up in show business to become a writer, before landing jobs in front of the camera on local talk shows. But it was a national morning show that he co-hosted with Kathy Lee Gifford that made him a household name. The pair reunited on the Today Show, celebrating their work and friendship when Gifford left Today in 2019.
Oh, look at them. Thank you.
He made us laugh with his quick wit and charm, and his talents would eventually cross over into hosting Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, which also became a hit. His 60-year career landed him in the Guinness World Records with the most hours on U.S. television. Tonight, tributes are pouring in from fans, friends, and celebrities. Kelly Ripa writing, he was the ultimate class act. Hoda Kotb tweeting, heartbroken, we will miss you, Regis. The president adding, he was a fantastic person and my friend. Gifford wrote, there will never be another. A fixture on the small screen with a big personality. Regis Philbin was 88 years old.
Such a loss there. And did you see that little clip of Regis with James Brown? So cool, so cool. Philbin's family says he died of natural causes. He was going to celebrate his 89th birthday next month. Well, you think you like Elvis Presley? We can pretty much guarantee you don't like him as much as this guy. We'll have the story coming up.
I told you, if you have... Follow News 1226 on Instagram to see what's trending in your area.
A scary scene over in Utah after a plane crashed onto a home. You can see about half the house was destroyed in that crash. 2 other homes were also damaged. Officials say 6 people were on board the plane when it crashed, and at least 1 person on the ground was hurt. Right now, there is no word from officials on other injuries or fatalities. The NTSB is investigating. And the guitarist behind one of the most iconic rock bands of the 60s and 70s has died. Peter Green passed away today at the age of 73. He co-founded British rock band Fleetwood Mac in 1967 as the lead guitarist, but he left the band in the 70s for mental health reasons. He and the rest of Fleetwood Mac were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1998. Absolutely love Fleetwood Mac. Definitely a loss there. Well, last night we told you about an Elvis impersonator in Norway who was trying to set a new world record for singing Elvis songs nonstop. We are pleased to announce he has smashed that record with an Elvis singing marathon lasting, drumroll please, 50 hours long. The previous record was 43 hours. His performance was broadcast to a live internet audience. It started on Thursday and kept going until this morning. God, you gotta love the kid to sing him for 50 hours straight. Anthony told us he's gonna do an Elvis impersonation.
she means to say.
Anthony.
Sydney, I'm sorry. Probably not gonna happen.
Oh man, next time.
But I mean, he just kept on going. I mean, I get tired talking with you guys for 3 minutes, 50 hours. I can't imagine. But anyway, let's switch gears, talking about the forecast as we go through the next couple of days. Let's look back on this afternoon. This photo was sent in by Andy Hunter overlooking downtown Augusta. You can see a really nice setup there downtown. Off on the left-hand side of the screen, you have a nice little downpour there too. So a great photo sent in by Andy. We always love seeing his pictures. Live look out there, I-20 in Grovetown. Some overcast conditions there, but dry as you're heading outside this evening. Temperatures this afternoon reached 93 degrees at Bushfield and 90 at Danielfield. A little bit cooler than the last couple of days. We remained dry both at Bushfield as well, pretty much at Danielfield as well. And as we look at our current temperatures right now, cooling off into the low to mid 70s, 74 here in Augusta, and about 77 up at the lake. As we continue on through this evening, we'll drop down a couple more degrees, right around 72 for us here in Augusta by the time you're starting off your Sunday morning. Lower 70s across eastern and western portions of the CSRA, about 70 degrees in Thompson as well as in Washington. And as we go through your morning tomorrow, slowly warming up to the mid-70s and eventually the 90s for the afternoon, with that slight chance for an afternoon shower, about a 30% chance there with high temperatures right around 94 degrees. As we go through hour by hour through tomorrow afternoon, we'll start off in the morning though with mostly sunny conditions, and the clouds tend to filter back in by the afternoon, and Karen will have that chance for a scattered shower or two as we go through your Sunday afternoon. Heading up to the lake, mostly sunny conditions there. Again, that slight chance for an afternoon shower. High temperatures into the mid to lower 90s. That's going to continue as we go through your Sunday and in through parts of your Monday. But we've also been keeping an eye on the tropics with the hurricane hunters just off the coast of Texas, with them reporting about 84-mile-an-hour winds. This was from a little bit ago. The winds have calmed down a little bit more, down to about 74 miles per hour. So Hurricane Hannah is still categorized as that hurricane. Winds right around 75 right now, actually. And as it continues over the next day or so, expected to weaken pretty quickly as it hits the mountains within Mexico. Now, as we go through the next 5 days, there's about an 80% chance that our next named storm could be developing. This would be Isaiah, so keep an eye on this over the next few days and keep you posted on that. If you compare the GFS as well as the European model, it both has that storm developing as well as making its way a little bit closer in our direction. So again, we'll keep you posted on that. It is warm enough to support tropical development. We're going to be seeing our sea surface temperatures in the low 80s to low 90s as well. Your typical development temperatures right around 82 degrees. So plenty of warm conditions there, and it's going to be feeling like July as far as our air temperature is concerned here in the CSRA. Over the next few days, right around 96 degrees as we get through Monday and Tuesday. Then it's cooling off slightly, more seasonal conditions as we get through the end of the week. Sydney?
All right, thanks, Anthony. A 6-year-old who saved his little sister from a dog attack is being honored in a special way today. See how he's getting his just desserts. But first, as we take you into break, we're going to give you a live look from the Statue of Liberty and, of course, those winning lottery numbers. Take a look at your screen. We'll be right back.
This summer, Ashley Home Stores on your side, wherever you go.
Well, a 6-year-old Colorado boy who saved his younger sister from a dog attack is adding a sweet reward to his honors. Bridger Walker is recovering after needing more than 90 stitches and surgery on his face. Now he's getting praise from Hollywood stars. Some sweet treats, too. Chantal spoke with the young hero.
Bridger Walker is smiling for a big reason Saturday.
Because I like candy.
The 6-year-old who was injured saving his little sister from a dog attack a couple weeks ago got a candy shopping spree at It's Sugar in Denver. Just the latest in a long line of people reaching out to thank him.
It's been surreal. Never expected any of this to go viral the way it did. We literally were just hoping for some postcard or a shout out or a letter just to boost our little boy's spirits.
Instead,
I got a Captain America shield.
And I'm going to send you an authentic Captain America shield.
Captain America Chris Evans promised a shield. Fellow Avengers Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. also reached out, wanting to reward a little real-life hero.
He's always been very protective of his little girl. She's always been his little princess, and she gets annoyed sometimes that he won't leave her alone. And he's always by her side, so it didn't surprise us at all that he would jump in the way he did.
Bridger received gifts of support from all over the world, but his parents say the attention hasn't gone to his head.
I actually asked him the other day, does this make you any more special? And he said, no. I said, well, what makes you special? And he said, I'm me. And that meant a lot to us.
So the Sugar Rush may be the latest chapter for this little hero, one the family is so thankful for.
The world's a good place, and that there's hundreds and thousands and millions of wonderful people in this world.
And this experience Bridger and his siblings can share together.
We're close, and this experience has definitely made us closer.
Gosh, I saw this floating around social media, and it really touched my heart. This guy is awesome, and we think he's very special, not only because he's just him, he really is a true life superhero. Anthony?
Absolutely, Sydney, a true hero indeed. Well, as far as the rain goes today, we got about 0.62 inches of rain out there in Aiken, about a trace of an inch out there in Augusta. We're going to be tracking the chance for some additional showers as we go through your Sunday details coming up with one more check of forecast.
And a cat living in a sacred ancient temple is avoiding eviction thanks to tens of thousands of fans who came to her side.
Feed your happy.
A cat facing eviction from a World Heritage Site gets to keep her home after all, after public outcry. Glee the cat lives in Turkey's Hagia Sophia, an ancient religious site. Over the years, Glee has become almost as popular as the place she lives, getting tens of thousands of social media fans. But now that the Turkish government is converting the building into a mosque, fans were a little worried that she might get kicked out of her home. But don't worry, a Turkish official reassured the public earlier this week Glee can stay right where she is. Thank God for that. We don't need another tragedy in 2020. We're so glad Glee can keep her home.
Kitty gets to stay where she is. Good for her. All right, temperatures tonight dropping down to the lower 70s. We're going to be watching the chance for some isolated showers as we go through tomorrow afternoon, but a lot more scattered in nature than compared to today. And as we continue over the next couple of days, warming back up to 96 as we get through Monday and Tuesday. Chance for showers, though, as we continue on through the rest of this week with overnight temperatures in the